A brand new color just got delivered, are Jeep prices getting out of control, as well as some new options that were added onto the website. Stay tuned to this one for all your up-to-date information on Jeep News. The first thing that I wanted to talk about in today's video were some new options that were added to the Jeep website. Now, typical Jeep, they did make these options as an upcharge, but these options include a vinyl flooring as well as a vinyl seating option. Now, I think this is kind of to counteract the Bronco, which already has these both as an option, and then also to give owners a more versatile interior versus just the cloth seats, the leather seats, and then obviously the factory carpeted floor. I think the options are a little bit pricey, so if I'm not mistaken, the vinyl floor option is either $895 or $995, and then the vinyl seats are $1695. So I think it's a little bit high for me, and unfortunately, I don't know if I would go with the vinyl flooring versus choosing an option like an Armorlite Flooring, which I've heard absolutely great things about, and we'll link it down below in the description. Now, as far as the vinyl seats go, that would be something I would consider if I was able to see them. I've checked the Jeep website, and as of right now, I haven't been able to see what they look like. If they looked really neat or were extremely durable, I might spend the extra coin to get those right away from the factory and then be fully warrantied, so I wouldn't have to worry about them if they faded or got beat up on the trails. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is a little bit more of what I would think is a hint of what's coming in the future. When I went into the Jeep.com website to actually build out a Wrangler, I've now noticed that the 2-liter turbo and the 3.6 are no extra charge when they add them on. Now, typically those used to be an extra added charge if you added those engines, and the only thing that now is an extra charge is obviously the automatic transmission. But what's strange to me that when you add the 3.6 with the auto stop start and the ESS system on it, it's no longer upcharging it, which it used to be. In my personal opinion, I think this might be to get rid of those engines that they have currently in stock, build them out with the Extreme Recons with whatever packages that people are buying them with, and then maybe introduce that new Hurricane engine. So I'm kind of seeing that as maybe a predecessor. They're lowering the prices on those a little bit to get them out of there and then introduce possibly a new engine coming soon. That leads me into the next point, and I've talked about pricing. We're going to talk about some pricing on the options of the Wrangler. Now, we just saw another price increase with the Jeep options, including the cold weather group, the LED package, and a lot of other standalone features that have gone up a few $100s on each of them. That's kind of hard for me to believe, seeing that the Rubicons are already crossing some high figure numbers, and it is not uncommon nowadays to see Rubicon 4-doors crossing the $70,000 threshold. I just saw a couple window stickers that I had popped up on Auto Trader just to see what they were looking like, and I'm seeing Rubicons that are pretty loaded out for $72,000, $73,000, and even $74,000. If you guys recall back just a few years ago in 2021, the MSRP for a 392 was the same price as that. So boy, have we increased these prices, and I don't know when that stop is going to happen. The next thing that kind of stinks with that is that the used value of Wranglers are also taking a pretty good hit. As I mentioned before, I'm a huge fan of using Auto Trader just to gauge what the market looks like, and I'm seeing sub $70,000 Rubicon 392s in the used category. In fact, there was a few at the 67,000 mark that actually only had about 18 or 19,000 miles. They've since sold, but that's a pretty good price for a used 392, considering a new one is going to run you up over $80,000 just starting out. Another cool bit of Jeep news, the limited run Pumpkin Orange is back, and we are starting to see them arrive at dealerships. What dealer in specific? Dan Cummins down in Paris, Kentucky. Our friend Lindsay actually sent us a few videos and a couple shots of 2 Pumpkin Orange Wranglers that rolled fresh off the truck. The coolest thing about those 2 Wranglers is they were both Dirt Road CRED subscribers. So Jonathan in New Jersey got himself a 2-door, and then our friend in Hawaii, that's right, the Aloha State, got the first of 3 he ordered through Lindsay, and they're going to be shipping them right over to Hawaii. I cannot be happier with the way that she treats the customers. She does a great job getting you a great deal, a great experience, and then working from far away, it is well worth the price to go down and make the trip. If you guys want to fight the inflation and fight that super high pricing in the MSRP, reach out to Lindsay where she can get you a great deal under invoice and anywhere in the country or even out of the country. as long as it's a US state. So Hawaii, they can ship them to, Alaska, all sorts of places like that, which I think is absolutely awesome. That's a cool thing though. We got to see those in person, and the fact that they're coming in so quick is why I say to go down there, is because they ship them right from the factory right down to her and get you a great price. And that leads me into the next thing. I know last year at about this time, the high tide package was initially coming out. That was kind of a shock to all of us, and we were initially told that the first 500 units were going to turn into Jeep Beach or Beach editions. Ended up being a pretty weird turn of events. I'm not even sure that they actually built 500 of those, and it was actually extremely rare. So what are we going to see this month for February? This is when a lot of things do start to come out. There's a lot of auto shows going on, and I would say if we're going to see a refresh or we're going to see a lot of those patents, they're probably going to happen between now and the end of summer. So I know that's a big range, and it's almost like I'm a meteorologist telling you you're going to get 1 to 12 inches of snow. But we did see some new additions last February. I think if we're going to see some new additional items, King of Hammers is right around the corner, and a lot of other big events are going on. So hopefully we see that, and if you guys want to stay tuned to it, we do have some great dealership connections, and we get videos and photos and all sorts of things as soon as they drop. The next thing too, I wanted to talk about a little update with the channel. So I know you guys, a lot of you have been asking about swag and about merch. We are just about to pick up all of our merch from the printers, and we cannot be more excited with the way it turned out. We went through a lot of trial and tribulation with the type of material we wanted to use, the branding of the sweatshirts, and also getting a good printer to print a reliable and lasting logo. You guys have had hoodies before where they're peel off and you pay good money for them. We didn't want that to happen. A great sweatshirt as well as a great printed on logo there, and some cool other things coming in the future. So we will be posting up that merchandise on the website here very soon. I just had to create a couple things and kind of retweak the website a little bit, but within this next week, you'll be able to go on and purchase one and have it shipped right to your door. I cannot thank you enough for being great members of this community and also helping us grow to as big as we are right now. Until next time though, my name is Matt with Dirt Road CRED, and I want you to get out there and earn yours.